Hi everybody, it's Galactic Man Larry here again with another Star Wars The Vintage Collection review, and as you can see, this is, well, I won't say it's a special one, but for me it's a bit of a special one because I've been waiting for these figures for a long time. It's funny because I got them, then I went out to the city and I found another one of Maul. I only had one on pre-order. I pre-ordered the whole wave, but I pre-ordered an extra Ahsoka because, Ahsoka has a history of being a hard to get figure whenever a figure of Ahsoka comes out, And yeah, so I went out to the city and I went into a shop I often visit, and a Maul and a second off-world Jawa were waiting there. So I guess the Echo and the Ahsoka that came to the shop were gone right away. Luckily, I have a couple more Echoes in pre-order. And I also have more of these two guys in pre-order just because I wanted to make sure that I would get them, Anyway, but now it's like I won't cancel them so that I can, I don't know, trade with them or something, Anyway, I won't lie, maybe I will sell one or two, but not now, I don't know, at some time. Anyway, so I have 4 here just because it looks nicely, like as a backdrop. I'm going to open this Ahsoka and this Maul because are the ones in which I think the printing went better. This Ahsoka sadly is the eyes are a bit misplaced and the mouth as well, a bit to that side. It's better if I show you. Which is, it's sad when you have these kind of quality issues, but it kind of goes along with her typical smirk, but it's not like she's supposing to look like that, it's just a misprint. This one is centered. And just look at that, she looks really nice. Maul as well. Both my Mauls are not perfect, let's say, in the eye department. This one, that eye is a bit like sliding to the nose, and this one, the same eye, the right one is a bit like instead of being horizontal, it's a bit like it has a bit of an angle. Anyway, a lot of useless stock here. Here you can see the Clone Wars they call it the racetrack, whatever. You can see the artwork is really, really cool, and it's of course reminiscent of that last battle. Ahsoka seems to be, it's still on the room, and I don't know if the Maul background, I don't know if that's supposed to be inside of a Venator ship, or if that's when they're fighting in the, when they go high and they go high physically, and they fight on that like grid of, anyway. Anyway, the thing is, his artwork is amazing as well, and you can see, like, here's like they're made like more realistic. Ahsoka she still looks, it's an illustration, it's not a photograph, but the Maul looks more realistic. He looks closer to Ray Park than in the animation. You have a lot of text, a couple, 8 figures, like the current wave, which is this, and this, and that, and the previous wave. So I guess that's how they do it. They put the recent and the previous wave. And and the Kenner logo there, and by now you surely know this packaging. I hope you had your figures on pre-order, or that they become very available sooner or later. So I think it's time for me to take them out of the packaging and check the actual figures. Halfway I decided I would just cut the thing open off camera, but I would show you. Well, of course they come with this little warning thing. The lightsabers are there. They are taped so that they don't fall over and are dancing all around the bubble while sitting on shelves. Well, I don't think these figures would be peg warmers, you know. I just don't think so. Unless they overproduce them, I don't know, but I don't know. I mean, if they're intelligent, they know how these two characters sell, and maybe they did overproduce them. I don't know. Maybe at some point we will see them on clearance. I mean, wouldn't it be cool to get like these figures like for $5 or something like that? Even if having like 5 or something, I would still buy them on clearance. You never know. Later on, they're like $100, or you know, can go even crazier than that. Just look at that. Look at that face printing. I don't have to tell you, you know. Actually, I didn't think about bringing my stands. I have a lot of stands that I recently brought from Mexico. If you watch my videos, maybe you watched that video in which I was checking some older figures on a Tupperware, you know, that were there for years. In my hometown, I brought it with me. My luggage coming back from Mexico was full of, it was like 95% toys, and the rest was like, clothes and other stuff. So that happened. It's a sad moment. Yeah, so be careful when taking your Ahsoka. I mean, I'm not worried because I saw already that it's a ball peg, and you can see it's a double ball peg, or they call it a dumbbell, that thing, you know. Yeah, this thing is really, really, really nice. As you can see, the headpiece is a different. I mean, the whole the Leku and I think the Leku are these, and I don't remember the name of these ones. So, just for the sake of not getting burned in the comments, I won't try to remember that. But you know, please let me know the name of the tips and of the tails here, and if this one in the back has also a name. But the whole head thing, her whole alien thing here, is a white plastic piece with the painted gray, and it's glued on. You can see there's a little separation here, nothing too dramatic. I opened this one because I mean, the face printing on this one is, I would say, flawless. I don't know, I have to check more copies of this figure to see if this was like how it should be, you know. Well, I saw already she has a bit of a, I don't know, it was just some dirt that already fell from her face. She had like a dark, like a stain there, but it was just some kind of dust or something. So before I go into articulation and we keep looking at the figure like forever, let me take her lightsabers out of the packaging, and I'll continue in a second. I had to put the figures on hot water because they had a lot of stiff joints, and you don't want to mess with these figures when they are stiff, because they have really tiny, these are not like toys to be playing hardcore with. It's like, I think these are really more and more meant to be collected and carefully posed, and then you leave them alone. Anyway, now I got them to kind of stand. Well, yeah, I didn't put them in cool poses anyway, but they come, for example, Maul, he comes with a new lightsaber. This seems to be like the original hilts of his the lightsaber he had on the Phantom Menace. That's like the original design, and this looks like all new, like if he made it himself along the way. And they are, of course, cast in red translucent plastic, and they have the metal paint on them. Now you have like if I'm right, it's like a hexagon form, but the peg is just round. So the hexagon form is just, I guess, for it to be more stable, kind of. But you don't want to be twisting it around, of course. You just pull it in and out and leave it there. Well, that's what I would say. Now the figure it has a dumbbell joint as well for the head, like a double ball peg, He can look up just a little bit. He's a bit, he doesn't have that much movement there, down that much. He has some tilt, which is good for his face, He has a ball peg for the diaphragm, which gives you a lot of possibilities. You can move him all the way around and turn it and twist it, and And the shoulders, well, they can go, first of all, they can go all the way around, and they can go a bit over 90 degrees. And it's good, He has no bicep swivel. All of that is in the elbow, and you can easily turn it there. Of course, be careful, don't force anything in these figures because they are tiny. And the hands, they have a swivel, I think. Up and down swivel here, which is good for a blade wielding, lightsaber wielding character, to have a up and down in both hands is up and down. Well, like that. The one we want for weapons. So you can give him his lightsaber and do his typical, like holding it with one hand to the front, and with the other hand he's like teasing, or I don't know the word, like he's like, come here, Well, I'm not posing him as cool as it can. Well, the legs, of course, they have this typical vintage collection thing that, I don't know, I would prefer that to be a T-joint, because this way you always have to prepare your pose and leave it in that pose, and the other one is quicker, in my opinion, to change positions. And so this goes vertically or in a bit of an angle up there, and then you have to, if you want to move the leg to the front, you have to move the hinge to look frontal and all of that. But still, the figure looks great. I don't know, they do it that way, and I never knew the exact reason. Maybe it's better for certain poses and for all the people who do photographs and dioramas with their 3.75 scale, which is the original scale, and like the one which has been there since forever. And maybe you just have to respect that. I don't know. Anyway, now he's gonna be falling down on me. Not cool, man. We had an agreement. I'll fix that and continue in a second. Well, there he is, standing. Now Ahsoka, as I showed you already, the head I have to cut that little excess. Is nothing like, better to have an excess plastic than lack of it, something I will just do with a little scalpel or something. Yeah, we saw the face is really great. The paint applications are, yeah. I just would like this part to lay flat there to cover that little gap on her forehead. But anyway, that's an easy fix. I just took her out of the packaging. Here you can see her pegs, how the arms go into the body. So you don't want to go crazy on turning the arms before getting them like to gently move. She has this like gunmetal paint on her shoulders because of it's like a continuation of her suit. And I mean, she had that on the show, but they painted it there because it's actually there in the character design. And she even has a bit of a sculpt. That's the back part of the arm. That's the front part. There she has a less clear sculpt, and it seems the paint went a bit over. Anyway, it's, still that's the only like kind of weird part, As you can see, the arms can go all the way around. I had to hit them. They can go all the way up because she has no shoulder pad or anything. The elbows can even go, like she can even hurt herself, She can go a bit over 90 degrees, just a little bit. I don't know if she can. No, that's it. Maybe if you cut a bit, but I mean, I won't be cutting my figure, not yet. Maybe a customizer can check, give her more range, There you can see the bicep swivel is more like in the elbow. The hands can go all the way around. I don't know if she has a swivel. I took it out. It looks like Ahsoka's hands have no swivel. It's a bit of a shame. At least this copy has no swivel. Because I mean, she's a very thin figure, so I guess that's because you didn't have like enough space to put a swivel without being super fragile. Because she's already like fragile build, let's say it like that. But yeah. Now you have that much to the diaphragm. For the diaphragm, she can go that much to the front, that much to the back. The head can do all of that. She can look up, but of course this thing that you're gonna tell me please in the comments how it's called limits her movement. Of course you can force it a bit because it's all flexible, actually very flexible, very pliable, so she can really look up, but it will start pushing it down because of the mold, or it will just pop off, as it just happened. She has a lot of tilt, cool thing, and she can go of course all the way around. You have just to maneuver with her hair. Yeah, it's not hair, but you know the thing. She also has, this part is very flexible, the whole skirt, and you can lift it, without worrying. Of course, don't force it and don't lay it flat, like you will overbend it, But the same thing. The pegs go inside, to her upper part. Instead of joining like a T-joint, it goes upwards. And if you want her to kick or something, you have to twist the whole thing. You have to place the swivel to look in the direction you want to move her leg, And she has the thigh cut, can go all the way around. This is super, no effort, no friction. So these two guys, I noticed that they have the twist here. They have the knee joint that goes like 90 degrees for her, and they also you can turn the leg like that. Would be like the boot cut, but it's knee cut. It's on the knee. The feet can go that much to the back, that much to the front. As you can see, the peg goes like that, which means she has a rocker ankle and she has a good one. I mean, for this scale, is really good. Like the Boba Fett figure, which was also really great. So that's it for articulation. She comes with her two lightsabers, the long one and the short one, which is called differently, and I just forgot how it's called. And please, you can tell me in the comments how it's called. And yeah, so that's it for articulation. And I gave her her lightsabers, and I'll see now if she gets to just stand. After checking the articulation, now we're gonna make some size comparison, or just some comparisons. Here I have what, if I'm right, would have been is the oldest or the first appearance of Ahsoka in figure form, at least in Hasbro 3.75 format. This is the one from the, I don't know if it came out when the movie or where she first appeared on, or where as we already had the series. There you have her. I mean, now I have Ahsoka, the new one, in a pose, so you can notice she would be taller, and it makes sense. She's here already, still like a teenager or something. Here we have an important comparison, I would say, with the super, well, in carded form, super expensive previous vintage collection Ahsoka in her season, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 or such costume. And I mean, with the face, especially with the face, the difference is like day and night, as they say. And also, like, the legs on this one have the old swivel. I mean, it's just to show it quick. It's not because I want to show her bottom, but yeah, they have the if the legs would move like this one, like the new one, this would also be a great figure. I mean, the face, yeah, can be better, but back then there was no photoreal or something. But yeah, I mean, actually, maybe I can place this head in this body. Well, there you have it. This is just sitting there, no peg attached, nothing. Actually, the actual peg, I have it here. And this is also, I mean, that ball, the ball on that neck is too thick for this opening. If you get a couple of extra figures, you can maybe cut some of the, I mean, you can adapt it to fit that one, but I won't do it now. Maybe if I get like more copies or something, I will check that, but it's not, it was just something I wanted to try quickly. So again, that's the old Ahsoka, which in the card, the vintage collection card, is super expensive, but I got this one for like $9 in the Black Series, well, €9 in the Black Series packaging, you know. Now, here we have Darth Vader, just because some old friendship they had. Another important character for Ahsoka is Master Plo, or Plo Koon, you know. Actually, that robe comes from, let's put Darth Vader now next to Darth Maul, just because the darts, you know. Let's bring Ayla Secura. I don't know how you pronounce that right. If it's Ayla, for me it's Ayla, but that would be like just straight from Spanish. There you have Ayla Secura. And yeah, this Plo Koon, Ayla Secura, that's the vintage collection one, which is now getting reissued with the new card from the Tarkovsky or Tatarko, I don't know his name, from the 2D animation Clone Wars series, you know. That Plo Koon is the one from the Revenge of the Sith figures. Who else do we have? A Clone Trooper, because what would be of our Clone Wars Jedis oh damn, without a clone trooper around. And that's a clone trooper from, again, from the Revenge of the Sith movie figures, before the vintage collection would be the vintage collection, from 2003 or something like that, or 4. Here we have that's an important comparison to do as well. This Darth Vader is the one from the Evolutions 3-pack, also from 2005 or 6 or something like that. Here we have the Darth Maul with his vintage collection counterpart. This is not the reissue, this is the one from 2011 or 12 or something, which I got back then. Let me take the plastic hood out. So there's no photoreal in this one, but that was really good for back in the day, I mean, it's not that terrible, at least. There you have a bit, but the new one looks more like Ray Park, as you maybe can see for yourself. Here we have what would be another one of the, I mean, maybe the best figure of the year in vintage collection so far. I mean, he's really a great figure. The only part on this copy, at least, it's the only one that I have opened. I have quite some copies of this figure, of the Boba Fett one. While reviewing it, you have seen the video maybe on this channel, I kind of messed his diaphragm peg. So this one is more like yeah, I'm very careful when maneuvering with his diaphragm joint, and it's a bit, in this copy at least, I don't know if you have it and you play with him putting in any positions, and this copy at least is, you don't have much range of movement in that diaphragm. You can turn it around, but when I was doing it, I think I forced it and I was prying the plastic of the peg. So anyway, it's still in one piece, but yeah, I was quite upset when I noticed, oh, I'm just about to snap it. There you have Boba Fett, because yeah, I love that character, as you might as well. So that would be a group photo. Why don't I just bring from Jazzwares the Master Chief, which would be 3.75 scale, but this guy is just supposed to be like a supersized super soldier kind of thing. Yeah, he's even taller than Darth Vader. He's next to him right now, and the same line. And here we have the UNSC Marine. Well, there you have him. Here we have also from Jazzware, from the Fortnite 3.75, an AIM figure. If we put him next to Boba Fett, well, a bit behind him, it's a bit taller, and it's okay because it's like a, let's say he's a droid. So we have another droid in our Star Wars universe, which is not from Star Wars. That's why I like that character, because you can fit it anywhere. I don't have any clue of Fortnite. So anyway, there you have them. I mean, these are the guys from the review. They are really, really, really good figures, or amazing. I mean, I'm all captivated with this one, and this one is great as well. So I hope this was helpful for you. I mean, this is, I won't suggest you to buy them. If you see them, you get them. That's just what you do. Even if you don't like them. But if you don't like them, which I don't know why, if you're watching this review, I think you like them, get them. That's a must. And get the Boba Fett as well. Get Ayla Secura as well. She's also a great figure, actually. I've had her for like 10 years now. Yeah, get Clone Troopers, get everything. Now, get these two guys. They're amazing. I hope this video was helpful for you, or entertaining, even if I was maybe at some points. Yeah. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, Oh, I also have this guy around because of whatever reasons. Comment if you have something useful to say or want to ask a question. Just remember always to be respectful to everybody and to be constructive and proactive. And I will see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao, ciao.